Hey, I'm Ava. Welcome back. This is a simple English podcast where we talk about real life in easy English. And today, we are talking about money problems. Not rich people money, just normal daily life money.
Hi, I'm Lucas. Yeah, this is very real. You work the whole month, you wait for your salary, and then suddenly, it's gone. And you just sit there thinking, where did my money go?
Before we go deeper, I want to break a myth. Many people think if you can't save money, you are bad with money. Like you are careless or not disciplined. But honestly, that is not always true.
Sometimes the problem is not you. Life is just expensive now. Rent, groceries, gas, phone bills, internet, these are basic things. You can't avoid them. And still, they take a big part of your money.
Yes, and when your salary comes, it doesn't feel like new money. It feels like money that is already planned. Bills are waiting. Payments are waiting. You don't even feel free with your own money.
Right. It's like your money already has a job before you even touch it. And after paying all the important things, not much is left.
And then comes the small spending. This is where things get tricky. Coffee, snacks, eating out, ordering food, small online shopping, everything feels normal.
Yeah, and every time you spend, it feels small. You say, it's just a few dollars, it's okay. In that moment, it really feels fine.
But when you add everything, it becomes a big amount. Not one big mistake, but many small choices. And sometimes, you don't even remember your spending.
You check your account and feel confused. Like, I didn't buy anything big, so where did my money go? That feeling is very frustrating.
Yes, because you are working hard. You are trying. But still, it feels like you are behind, like something is not working.
And every month you say, next month I will save money. You really mean it. But next month comes, and the same thing happens again.
Same bills, same habits, same situation. And slowly, it starts to feel heavy, like you are stuck in a loop and nothing is changing.
Also, using cards makes it harder. When you don't use cash, you don't feel the money going out. It feels easy in the moment.
Yes, you just tap your card or click online, and it feels normal. No pain in that moment. No feeling that money is leaving.
But later, when you check your balance, it doesn't feel easy anymore. Then you feel that stress again.
And there is another thing, emotional spending. Sometimes we don't spend because we need something. We spend because we feel something.
Yeah, like feeling tired after work, or stressed, or even bored. You just want a small break, a small comfort.
So you order food or buy something online just to feel better. And for a short time, it works.
But after that, the money is gone, and the stress comes back again. So the problem is not only money. It's also habits, feelings, and daily pressure.
So what can we do in a simple way? First, don't be afraid to look at your money. Many people avoid it because they feel nervous.
But if you don't look, you can't understand. Just take a few minutes every week and check where your money is going.
Yes, and try to notice your small spending. Those small things matter more than we think. Not to feel guilty, just to understand.
And don't try to save a big amount suddenly. That feels hard. Start small, something you can really follow.
Even a small saving is okay. The goal is to start, not to be perfect. Because real life is not perfect.
And money is not always easy. But understanding your habits, that is the first step.
And maybe the problem is not only spending. Sometimes it is something deeper.
Yeah, like fear about the future. What might happen next?
That feeling can be bigger than the money problem itself.
Let's talk about that in the next part.
That feeling can be bigger than the money problem itself. It stays in your mind, even when your day looks normal.
Yeah, sometimes nothing bad is happening right now, but your thoughts are already in the future. You keep asking, what if something goes wrong later?
Like, what if I lose my job suddenly? What if I get sick and I can't work? What if I need money fast and I don't have it?
And these thoughts don't come alone. They come together and create pressure. Job, rent, health, family, everything feels connected.
And the more you think, the bigger the fear becomes. Even small problems start to feel very serious.
And this fear is very quiet. It doesn't always show outside. You can look normal, but inside, you feel tension.
Yes, you can be working, smiling, talking to people, but inside, your mind is busy. It keeps thinking about money again and again.
And at night, it becomes stronger. You try to relax, but your brain starts planning, worrying, and repeating the same thoughts.
I think many people feel this but don't talk about it. They feel alone, like they're the only one struggling.
But the truth is, many people feel financially uncertain, even people with jobs and income.
Because money is not only about earning, it is also about feeling safe, and safety is not always there.
Right. You may have money today, but you don't trust tomorrow. That creates stress in your mind.
And sometimes we connect money with our identity. We think, if I am not financially stable, I am not successful.
Yeah, and that thought creates pressure. Because life is not a straight line. Everyone moves at a different speed.
Also, social media makes everything more difficult. You see people traveling, shopping, enjoying life, and it looks perfect.
And then you compare your real life with their best moments. That comparison is not fair, but we still do it.
We don't see their full story. We don't see their stress, their problems, or their reality.
And slowly, we start feeling behind, even if we are doing okay in our own life.
That's why this fear becomes stronger. It is not only about money, it is about expectations and comparison.
So, how do we deal with this in a simple way?
First, we need to change how we think about the future. The future is big, but we don't need to solve everything today.
Yeah, trying to control everything creates more stress. Instead, focus on what you can do now.
Ask yourself, what is one small step I can take this week? That makes things simple and clear.
And one helpful step is building a small emergency habit. Not something big, just something regular.
Yes, even saving a little amount again and again can create a safety feeling. It tells your mind, I am preparing slowly.
And that small preparation reduces fear. It may not solve everything, but it makes you feel a little stronger.
Another important thing, stop comparing your life again and again. Your journey is different.
What you see online is not full reality. It is only a small, edited part of someone's life.
And when you compare, you forget your own progress. Even small growth is still growth.
Also, don't hide from money conversations. Talk about it in a simple way.
Yes, when you talk about money, it becomes less scary. It becomes something you can understand.
You can talk to a friend, a partner, or even write your thoughts. It helps you see things clearly.
And remember, stability takes time. It is not one big moment, it is many small steps.
Sometimes you will still feel unsure. That's normal. It doesn't mean you are doing something wrong.
It just means life is uncertain, and you are trying your best.
So instead of chasing a perfect future, build small control in your present.
Yes, small awareness, small savings, small changes. These things slowly reduce big fear.
And over time, you feel a little calmer. Not perfect, but more in control.
Maybe financial stability is not about having a lot of money.
Maybe it is about feeling a little safe, a little steady, and a little relaxed.
And that feeling can start with very small steps.
In the next part, let's talk about what real financial stability can look like in daily life.
Yeah, not a perfect life, but a peaceful one. I think that's what most people really want when they talk about financial stability.
When people say, I want more money, sometimes they don't mean luxury. They mean less stress, less fear, and more calm in daily life.
Yes, a life where you don't feel pressure all the time, where you don't feel scared every time you spend something.
So maybe financial stability is not about being rich. It's about feeling a little more in control of your life.
I like that. Control, not perfection. Because perfect money management is not real life.
Right. Real life is messy. Some months are good, some months are difficult. And that's normal.
So let's talk about what this control can look like in a simple way. Not complicated, just real.
First, awareness. Knowing where your money goes. Not guessing, not avoiding, just knowing.
Yes, when you understand your spending, things feel clearer. It removes confusion, and confusion creates stress.
Second, simple planning. Not a complex budget, just a basic idea. What is important, what is not.
Like knowing your fixed costs and your flexible spending. That alone can change how you see your money.
Third, saving before random spending. Even a small amount, but consistent.
Yeah, don't wait for extra money, because extra money rarely comes. You create it by saving first.
And that small habit builds something bigger over time. Slowly, but strongly.
Another important habit, delaying spending. Not saying no to everything, but not saying yes immediately.
If you want something, wait a little. Ask yourself, do I really need this?
Sometimes the answer changes after a day, and you realize it was just a moment feeling.
That one small pause can save a lot of money and reduce regret.
Also, learning to live a little simpler. Not in a negative way, but in a calm way.
Yeah, simple life doesn't mean boring life. It means less pressure, less comparison, and more peace.
And I think saying no is also part of stability. Saying no to things you don't need or can't afford right now.
That's true. And it's not easy, because sometimes you feel like you are missing out.
But in reality, you are protecting your future self. You are choosing peace over pressure.
Another thing, don't chase fast results. Financial stability is slow.
Very slow. And that's okay, because slow progress is still progress.
People often want quick change, but money habits don't change overnight.
They change step by step, week by week, month by month.
And sometimes you will make mistakes again. You will spend more than you planned.
Yes, and that's normal. It doesn't mean you failed. It means you are learning.
Be kind to yourself in that process, because pressure makes things worse, not better.
Discipline doesn't have to be harsh. It can be gentle and still strong.
And over time, these small habits create a new feeling, a feeling of stability.
Not perfect, but peaceful. Not rich, but steady.
And that feeling is powerful because it changes how you live every day.
You stop overthinking every small expense. You stop feeling guilty all the time.
And you start feeling a little more relaxed, a little more confident.
I think that's the real goal. Not to impress others, but to feel okay inside.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, money is not just numbers. It affects your mind, your sleep, your peace.
And if you can make your money life a little calmer, your whole life feels better.
Even if nothing is perfect, even if everything is not solved, you still feel stronger.
So if you are listening right now and you feel stressed about money,
Just remember, you are not alone.
and you don't need to fix everything today,
Just take one small step. That's enough.
because small steps, done again and again, create real change.
And one day, you will look back and realize
You are not where you started.
you are a little more stable, a little more calm, and a little more in control.
And that is something to feel proud of.
Take care of yourself and your money. Slowly, gently.
Bye-bye.